Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our topic is Newton-Raphson method. Today I will just introduce, and after that I will prove this formula, and I will tell you different modes of applying this formula. Okay, so first of all you should know that that xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus fxn and fxn dash. So you should know the requirement of the formula, that is you require first derivative. So this is the example that he has given, and he has asked to find approximate value of x3 to the root of this equation. Equation is x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0, and over here starting with x1 is equal to 2. He has given that x1 is equal to 2. So over here fx is equal to x cube minus 2x minus 5. According to this formula, we require its first derivative. So its first derivative will be f dash x, and derivative of this will be equal to 3x square minus derivative of this is equal to minus 2 and 0. So I will write Newton-Raphson method and formula again, that is xn plus 1, then xn minus fxn f dash xn. Now according to this I will put values over here, xn minus fxn, so that will equal to x cube. So x n cube minus 2xn minus 5 divided by f dash, so that is equal to 3 xn square minus 2, and over here xn plus 1. Now how we will go further, and what is the procedure? So over here you write for n is equal to 1, for n is equal to 1, so that will become x 1 plus 1 2, over here x1 minus over here that is x1 cube minus 2x1 minus 5 3x1 square and minus 2. Okay, any problem? No problem. Now over here he has given that start with x1 is equal to 2, that where x1 is written, instead of that x1 write 2. So over here I will write over here x1 is equal to 2. So instead of that x1 I will write 2 minus x1 here, then 2 cube minus 3 2 minus 5 divided by 3 2 square minus 2. Any problem? No problem. Everything is clear. So once you simplify, then you will get that x2 is equal to 2.1. Once you will simplify, you will get this value. Now putting n is equal to 2. Over here, what you did, where n was written, instead of n you have written 1. Now write where n is written, write 2. So over here 1, you will write 2, so 2 plus 1, 3. So x3 over here. Then over here x2 minus, then putting its value, so that will be equal to x2 cube minus 2x2 minus 5 divided by 3 and x2 square and minus 2. Now the value of x2 is 2.1. So where x2 is written, instead of x2 write 2.1. So that will equal to x3. So x2 is written here. So instead of that x2 you will write 2.1. There is minus, then minus, then x2, then write 2.1 cube, then cube, and then minus 3x2, then 2.1, then minus 5 and 3, then again x2, 2.1 square, then right square minus 2. And once you will simplify, you will finally get x3 is equal to 2.0, that is approximation 0.946, or you can make it like this, that 2.09461, that is x3, and you were supposed to find the approximate value of x3. You were supposed to find the value of x3, that is approximate value of x3. So for finding the value of x3, you adopted this procedure. What you did, that you have written the formula, and formula is xn plus 1, xn plus 1, xn, then there is a minus sign over here, please remember it, minus sign over here, then f xn divided by f dash xn, f dash xn. Now according to this, you know that he has given an equation, that is x cube minus 2x minus 5. So where fxn written, so x cube is written, so xn cube minus 2xn minus 5 divided by f dash x. F dash x, once you will take the first derivative, that you will get 3x square minus 2. Then 3x is x square n minus 2. Now the procedure that used to be adopted to find its value, you will put n is equal to 1, where you see n is written. Instead of that n, you write 1. So that will be equal to, over here, xn plus 1. So 1 is already present. So once I will write, instead of this, that n 1, so 1 plus 1, that will become 2. So that will become x2. x2. And over here xn, then I will write, instead of that x, that n 1, 1 over here, n 1 over here, n 1 over here. And similarly 3x square and 1 over here and minus 2. Now over here he has given the value of x1 is equal to 2. That example he said that starting with x1 is equal to 2. Then this is the value which has given by the examiner, that is x1 is equal to 2. So where x1 is written, instead of that x1, I will write 2, its value. So I have written 2 over here, 2, 2, 2, and once I simplified, I got 2 minus 1. The value of x2 is minus 1, 2.1. Now, how I know that I should go further? Because over here the question is given that I have to find the approximate value of x3. So I require x3. That's why I will write n is equal to 2. So where in this formula, where n is written, I will not write n. Instead of that n, I will write 2. So once I will write 2 over here, 2 plus 1, that will be 3. xn, x2. Why I have written 2? Because I suppose that n is equal to 2. 2, and over here x cube, this 2, 2, 2, and once, and what is the value of x2? The value of x2 is equal to 2 minus 2.1. So instead of that x2, I put 2.1, and finally I found out that is approximate value of x3 is 2.09461. This is the value. So that was a just introduction. I will prove this formula. I will go its geometrical interpretation, tangent, derivative, and then its different applications, that how you will apply this formula confidently and accurately. Thank you very much. Lot of prayers. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.